Hello, family. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, this quick video right here is going to be prayers against narcissistic spirits. It's a challenge in itself. Hey, I'm your host, Solomon Savoy. Welcome to Faith-Based Workplace. Only on YouTube. Only on YouTube. And I mean, we do a couple other things on other platforms, but these videos that I do usually are specifically for YouTube and the YouTube community. Because I want to learn, I want to make sure that we all learn. Not I want to learn, but I'm learning as well. I will say that I'm learning as well. I want to make sure that we all are learning things about narcissist abuse and continue, speaking up against this, especially being a male, talking about these issues. I think it's very it's crucial and it's vital that we stay on course, continue to uncover these patterns and these tactics that narcissistic people use. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share, whenever I go live or get the opportunity to share a video like I'm doing right now. I think it's always an awesome thing, and I'm blessed. And if you commented or share the video or like the video or subscribe to the channel, hey, I appreciate you. God bless you. If you sowed a seed in the channel as well, man, thank you. May God return all that to you over and over again. So man, let's get into this one. I'll hit y'all right after this intro real quick. All right. I'm jamming to my own intro. I actually created the intro. It's one of my favorite ones actually. I like the beat and the way the logo comes in. But hey, that's not what y'all here for. We're here to talk about narcissist abuse. And like I said, this one right here is prayer against narcissistic spirits is a challenge in itself. And we're gonna break that down. It's not gonna be a long video, so I don't know if I'm gonna make this a premiere tonight or just an upload. I'm not sure, but it will drop tonight. I am recording this right now on Wednesday. So we will drop it. Before I get started, I do want y'all to check out my I got a video that's dropped. This is gonna be a live on Friday. So on Friday, I'm dropping a video. And I don't think you want to miss this one. I think you want to be here for this one, so set your reminders, turn your alerts on, set your calendars or whatever. But this one right here, it's called WAR, acronym. Witches are roaming. We have a lot of evil and demonic activity that's happening right now. So like I said, that video or that live is going to be Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So set your reminders, and check your boy out on Friday when I go live with this one. All right, now let's get into this one. All right, I wasted enough of y'all time. Let me get into the again. Prayer against narcissistic spirits is a challenge in itself, and it is, and the reason being, it to me, it's when you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, we all see this physical, you see this physical person, whether it's your brother, your mom, your dad, your spouse, your child. Yeah, I did a video about that. So it doesn't matter. We see this spiritual, we see this physical flesh, and we think that, okay, we pray for this person because you might have been around this person all your life and things like that. So we think that if we pray for this person and we continue to pray for them, or we do right by them, or we buy them things, or we do things for them, we take them on trips, or we buy the best birthday presents, or whatever it is, we think by doing those things, and also prayer included, that will change the way they act towards you. That will change the makeup of that person. That will stop them from being a narcissist. And we all know that is not how a narcissist change. A narcissist has to be willing and wanting and able-bodied to change. I mean, we can pray for them until we blue in the face and nothing will ever happen. Now they have this demonic spirit inside them and they do not want change. Now, if they want change and they repent and they go to God, hey, God can change anybody. I'm a firm believer in that. But if they don't want none of those things and they got that reprobate mind and they give over to Satan's side, I mean, again, like I said before, God gives us free will. So we able to make a choice. We can be with him or we can be with the evil one, which is Satan. So I think a lot of times some of these people, or a lot of these people, they make the choice. And I think we praying for these people, and we're gonna talk about this real quick. So how many times have you prayed for a narcissist and they only got worse? I mean, think about it. Through the years, some of y'all, you've been praying for them for years. So what I'm saying is, through the years, how many times have you prayed for the narcissist in your life, and they only got worse with age? They only got worse with time. The more time you spent with them, the worse they got. The verbal abuse, the mental abuse, the emotional abuse, all these things, financial and all that, the narcissistic abuse, it only increased. It got worse. Why is that? I'll tell you why. It's what I just said. It's because that narcissist has a demonic spirit inside them. So you praying for a demon. I know people are like, well, you can't say that. I can, like my wife always, I can discern. So the thing about it, I discern and I figured out, what I'm saying? I ain't say I cracked the code, the G code, anything like that, but I cracked enough of the code to know that these people are evil, and they continue to get evil with time. So the older they get, from 30 to 40 to 50, they just get worse. And that demon, think about it, it's attached to them. It's attached to them. It's like, having a leech attached to your body for months. Who would do that? I mean, you would cut that thing off as soon as you can. So if you think about it that way, if a leech is sucking your blood, you're going to get it off quick. You're going to cut it off. So why would you have a narcissist just sucking you dry? You need to also cut them loose. And the thing about it, when you're praying, I know you see the physical and it's your wife or your husband and things like that. But if it's only getting worse, and I'm not an advocate for divorce. I'm telling you to go to God, do what you got to do on that issue. But what I am saying, if you're in that situation, you're dealing with narcissist abuse, how many times are you going to keep praying for this person and things continue to get worse? All right. So just remember, trouble don't last always. Or you can say trouble doesn't last always, however you want to say it. But the thing about it is, trouble does not last always. It don't. Things happen. You might get with a narcissist and your life changes for the worse. It don't always have to be like that. Again, God give us free will. You have a choice to make. You can continue praying for this person and going to church. And come on, y'all, let's be real. Some of us was going to church by ourselves when we was with these people. Let's just be real. Going to church by yourself, praying for them at night, and you probably never really seen them pray, and they probably never really went to church with you. And if they did go to church with you, we all know that was just for lights and camera. They just was, they didn't want to seem like the bad person, so they would just go to church just to go. So trouble don't last always. So if you're in a bad situation with a narcissistic person, no matter who it is, whatever family member or spouse or whatever, if you're in that situation, just know it doesn't have to be like this. It won't always be like this. You have to go to God. You have to pray. You have to pray about the situation. Pray about the removal, about the snakes in your life. Pray about narcissists being removed from your life. You have to be specific and real particular about these prayers. So just realize that you can't just sit back and just be like, well, I'm going to just let it go. Maybe time, how they say time heals all wounds. Okay, yeah, whatever. That's for a whole nother video. But what I'm saying is, you have to realize that when you're dealing with a narcissist, things are going to get worse. So trouble don't have to last always. But if you stay in that situation, it's going to continue to be like that until you make a change. No matter what the parent or sibling or child or spouse or whatever, until you make that change to maybe go no contact, gray rock, start doing your homework, start praying particular and specific prayers, things are going to stay the same. Let's get into our first Bible verse. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord has made everything for its purpose. Hold on. Even the wicked for the day of trouble. Now, I will tell you this. I believe narcissists, man, walk with me. I believe narcissists are even made for a particular purpose, for a specific purpose. Think about it. Most of us went through narcissist abuse and we learned something from it. Now, some of y'all still in it. Y'all still fighting the good fight, trying to get out of it. And I'm praying for you that you do get out of it. But for us that have gotten out of these situations, we've learned a lot of critical rules. We learned a lot of the narcissistic tactics. Our discernment is much higher than what it was. We probably even pray to God more now than what we ever did before, because we don't ever want to be in a situation like that. So I believe that even though we was with these narcs, I'm not saying God created narcs. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I ain't don't take the Bible verse and twist it on me now. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, when we get with these people, it's something to be learned. It's a trial, it's a tribulation that's going, it's a test that we're going through, because there's no testimony without a test. So I think dealing with a narcissist and learning all that we know and going through these situations, I think that's part of the test. Again, God didn't pick that person for us. So let's just keep that, in tunnel vision. Let's just remember that God didn't pick that person for us. Most of us chose this person, and then once we was with them, we seen some red flags, and then we started to pray, and then we didn't realize we praying for a narcissist. So now we like, and most of us didn't know about narcissism until we got out of the relationship. So that's the, it's kind of, a crazy thing right there, but that's neither here nor there. My thing is, we all, went through these situations. We learned from these situations. So, like the Bible verse said, the Lord has made everything for his purpose. We talk about gnats and mosquitoes around here. Like, what is the purpose for a gnat? I mean, they just bother you. They just get out, but all these things are made for a purpose. Even gnats. I mean, we know bees are made, to do honey. Different things are made. Cows are here for milk and other things like beef products and everything like that. So they got all kind of things. Different flowers are made for different things. So you got to realize that everything is made for a purpose. That situation, what I'm saying is, with the narcissist, it's probably for a purpose, for you to learn, for you to become stronger, and for you to step out and help others, just like I'm doing now. Now's your turn. All right. So we pray because we see the flesh. I just mentioned that earlier. We see the flesh. We see this person, like, man, I'm in love with this person. I married this lady, or I married this man, and we're gonna be here, till the wheels fall off. And then we understand and we learn that that's not the case. What we see on the outside is very different from the inside. It's like looking at I call them sleeper homes. It's like going look at a home, and it looks, some of these homes, when you go look at them, look kind of trashy on the outside. I don't know, not even really trash. It's just not your type of house. And then you walk in, you're looking around like, wow, this is very nice. Like, they did a very good job. Like, why didn't they do the outside? So it's the same thing. The outside might look one way. It might be beautiful, in reverse. It might be a beautiful home, a beautiful person on the outside. They act a very certain or particular way in front of people. So you drawn to them. You're like, man, okay, wow, this is beautiful. The way y'all act around each other, the pictures y'all take, the holidays y'all celebrate, all these different things. I see all your Facebook posts. Everything looks, to the outside world, it looks good, but we all know it's hell in the handbasket inside that house. When you step through that door, most of y'all don't even want to go home. I done told those stories before. You pulling up to the house, you don't even want to go into the house. So I know and understand that. So we praying because we see this flesh, and we think that, through our prayers, that this will help that person. And in most situations, if it's not a narcissist, it will help. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, I do not believe your prayers are going to help that person, because that person, they didn't gave themselves over to the devil. They doing satanic stuff. So you have to realize, you praying for them, it's almost like a waste of time. And I know some of y'all go still pray, and I get it. You still go pray for them. You praying they change. Hey, do what you have to do. Do what you feel is right. I'm not saying don't pray for the people. Do what you feel is right, because that's between you and God. And you want to make sure you're doing everything right. All right, let's keep moving, because we're almost done. I told you it's not a long video. The challenge is recognizing the real from the fake. So when you praying these prayers and you're not sure if it's narcissists, or maybe they just got they're on bad terms or hard times. I say terms, bad times or hard times. You have to realize that maybe they're not a narcissist. But if you are dealing with, if you didn't put down and wrote down everything or looked at everything, and most of the traits fit, and you're dealing with a narcissist, okay, now you're dealing with something real evil, real demonic. So now you have to change these prayers. So your prayer shouldn't be the same. When you're praying about removing snakes out of your life, you got to realize that when God started removing them, sometimes we shocked, because it might be the person that you with, like you married to, or it might be a child or a parent or whatever. And you're like, man, God, not I'm married to them. Why would you be telling me to move? Again, I'm not saying divorce, but I think some of these situations, you got to call a spade a spade. You got to call a duck. It walk like a duck, talk like a duck. It quacks. It's not a turtle. It's a duck. So if it's doing all these things with the financial abuse and narcissist abuse, chances are it's probably a narcissist. And again, stop saying my narcissist, just say, the narcissist or the person I was with or whatever, stop claiming ownership over these things, rebuke that. But my thing is, you got to realize, hey, these narcissists, they everywhere. Again, that's why I started faith-based workplace, because, in the workplace, you run into them. And obviously run into them in relationships. You see them, in the grocery store. Sometimes you see these videos on other platforms and they call them Karens or Kevins of the world. And I'm not just saying that is a white or black thing or whatever. I mean, it could be a black Karen, whatever. But what I'm saying is, you see these people and you really look at them, you like, it makes you think like, what is wrong with that person that they so evil? I seen a video today, and I'm almost finished. I seen a video today, matter of fact, on another platform, and the people were having their father had died, so they had, how you pull up the limo and everything in front of the house to come pick up the family. The people next door were so evil. They knew the dad had passed, but they were saying, stop blocking my driveway, you need to get out of here. And they called the cops on these people. So you got to realize some people just don't care. They don't care about your life. They don't care about your family life. They just don't care. And you have to realize, so you praying for that person and the person, and like the lady was saying on the video, they've been doing this for years, like just starting mess, doing things. So they picked the day of her father passing to come outside, call the cops on this lady, and basically get into an argument when they're trying to get in the limousine to go bury their loved one. But, again, you got to recognize the real from the fake. So somebody being that real and they right next door to you, your neighbor, and they being that evil to you, man, I ain't saying you got to move, but you got to do what you got to do. You can move. Hey, sometimes it is best just to move, especially you're only leasing or something. You're lease up. Hey man, go ahead, get out of there. If you have to sell your home, you might have to leave. And I ain't saying run from it, but if these people are never going to leave and they're going to keep doing this demonic stuff, hey, pray about it. Talk to God. Make sure you're anointing your house and your family and things like that, and keep it moving, because at the end of the day, what you don't want to stay in a situation, even a next door neighbor, longer than what you have to, because you're praying against narcissistic spirits, and we all know how that happens. Let's get into the last Bible verse, and we'll go ahead and end this one. Philippians 2:3, do nothing from rivalry or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. So don't be evil. Just because they're being evil to you don't mean you need to fight fire with fire and go be evil to them. They throw a brick through your car, that don't mean you need to go throw a brick through their house. That means you need to document, you need to take pictures, you need to call the police, you need to file proper reports and paperwork and start a paper trail. We talk about that a lot, about documenting. So make sure you're doing all those things right, because at the end of the day, what you don't want to go back and forth, and then you end up being arrested for something that you really didn't start. And it might be something that, been going on for months or weeks or years or whatever the case is. And they finally got their reaction. Remember, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They have been waiting. To my narcissists, they have been waiting for you to have a reaction, because that way they can turn around and say, I told you they was crazy. So that's when they call the cops on you. And a lot of times we've seen it. The empath don't want to get arrested because people believe what the narcissist say. But if you document it, you videotaping it, you doing everything you got to do, you praying, you reading your Bible, you doing everything, you got your full armor of God on at all times, I guarantee you, when they do come to arrest you, you can have documentation say, man, look, I didn't do anything. He'll go, I've been complaining, calling the cops on them for however long. You got everything, all your ducks are in a row. So just remember that, that a lot of times these situations we're dealing with, we're dealing with narcissist abuse, prayer against narcissist spirits, it's a challenge in itself, because a lot of times we don't know what we're dealing with. We see the flesh and we see this person, we know we love them and we've been trusting them all our life. And then we start to break it down and start to dig into it. Then you figure out, maybe this person, they have narcissistic trait, or maybe this person is a narcissist and I can no longer deal with that moving forward. And that's a decision that we have to make, family. We have to make these decisions, because it's critical, especially the days that we're living in right now. It's critical that we do right by what we're supposed to be doing. You call a thing a thing. You call a thing out if you have to. you have to do what you have to do. And I stand in agreement with anybody dealing with a situation, and you call a person out, what do you call the police or tell somebody else about it? I stand in agreement with you because you're not only protecting yourself, you're protecting others as well. So just remember, hey, things happen for a reason. People come into our lives for a reason. Sometimes we choose these people in our lives, so we inviting the demonic activity and the narcissist in our lives. So we have to realize that. But don't hold God accountable for something that you have done. That's all I want you to remember. So prayer against narcissistic spirits, it is definitely a challenge in itself because of the flesh and because of other things that that take place that throws you off course, really. It really throws you off. So you're sitting there wondering, you're like, man, what is this? You know what I'm saying? So just realize that. But family, that's the video for today. Again, I'm Solomon Savoy, faith-based workplace. Hey, like I said at the bottom of the screen, man, subscribe by clicking the bell, like the video, comment, once the video is over, and also share this video out if you think this video can help somebody else. And I got a lot of videos now, so you got other videos you can tap into, playlists and things like that. So check that out. Subscribe to, my wife's channel. She uses a live Saturday, 1 p.m. Subscribe to her. And let me put my stuff here before I get out of here. So follow me. This is all my stuff right here. So follow me on all this, but definitely on TikTok and then Instagram for sure. And then, follow my wife as well, on her Twitter and everything. And she has t-shirts and everything for sale. So, support us, and we appreciate y'all supporting us. Also support my sister Telsha. She's usually live tomorrow, which is Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also support Joy, Pink Girl Teaches. She's live Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So support the family. And then my brother Rizzo, he has a podcast called Light 'Em Up. So you can listen to it on Alexa and Google and Spotify and all iTunes, all kind of stuff. Plus he posts videos right here on YouTube. So that's the video for today, family. God bless you. God keep you. And just remember, this video right here, prayers against the narcissistic spirit, is a challenge in itself. When you think about it, it is definitely a challenge to realize what's fake, what's real, who for you, who against you. And when you let people into your circle, you got to realize as well, not everybody that's coming into your circle. That's real quick before I go. That's why I have a inner circle, it's your wife and, your kids and things like that. Then you got an outer circle. Like you still talk to these people and you deal with them, but then you got like what I call the outer circle. So most people are on that outer circle. And the reason why I say that, because I don't want to let them into the inner circle and then they'll get into, I'm saying into the outer circle, because then they'll try to get into the inner circle. That's too close. That's a little bit too close for comfort. So just realize that. So a lot of people, you need to set barriers. That's all I'm saying. You set barriers with these people and don't let them in too close, because they get in too close and they realize, ways to hurt you. They try to figure out your weaknesses and things like that. So again, prayers against narcissistic spirits. It is a challenge. Definitely a challenge. Always a challenge. Hey, I'm Solomon Savoy. See you next time. Faith-based workplace. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out and spending a little time with you. Like I said, hit that like button. Hit that like button for your boy. All right, man. I'll see y'all next time. God bless. All right, y'all.